Pois é, pessoas. Agora até o PewDiePie trocou a janela pelo pinguim. Não está tendo como. Pois é, gente. Só trazendo esse vídeo aqui porque repercutiu bastante na comunidade do Linux, que até o PewDiePie tentou, no caso, instalou o Linux. E aí eu resolvi trazer esse vídeo aqui pra vocês, pra ver o que ele tem a falar sobre o Linux. Se as opiniões dele são interessantes e tudo mais. E principalmente qual a distribuição que ele resolveu tentar. Então, é isso. Desde o começo do vídeo, eu vou pedir que você deixe o seu like aí pra fortalecer o canal. E comenta aí quais outros vídeos de react você gostaria que eu trouxesse. Atualmente eu tô só focando mais no projeto montando os bagulhozinhos do meu TickPad. Mas quem sabe os projetos futuros quais possam ser, né? Vou também deixar aí embaixo o LivePix. Eu vou estar deixando o LivePix embaixo para quem quiser, obviamente, quem quiser e puder tá doando dinheiro para poder ajudar nos projetos aqui do canal. Vai ser legal, tá ligado? Se você puder, tiver uma condição financeira bacana e quiser também. Se não quiser ou não puder, comentar e compartilhar o vídeo já tá de bom tamanho, tá bom? É isso. Bora pro react.
Oh, you little guy. Oh, you poor boy. You disgusting little thing. Oh, what happened to you? Oh, look at yourself. You're the blob from I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream. Oh, who did this to you? Was it Windows? Oh, Mac OS? Oh, don't worry. I can save you. Install Linux. What if I told you?
Não, assim, o macOS o pessoal não tem muito... Não, quer dizer, deixa eu voltar aqui a minha frase. De maneira geral, o pessoal, pelo menos a galera que trabalha com programação, não tem muito o que reclamar, né, do Mac. Eu não sei porque eu nunca usei. Mas, tipo, tem o cara, o jovem tranquilão, ele fala... Se eu não me engano, ele tem um Mac, né? E ele fala que é muito bom e tudo mais. Tem uma galera que fala que o Mac... Ou o Mac ou o Linux pra programar é muito bom, né? Que não dá tanto problema assim. Mas o Mac, enfim, tem as questões da Apple, né? Mas, enfim, não vamos entrar nessa discussão.
You can look like this. Anyway, let me start this off by saying I am not a tech guy.
Primeiramente, quem foi que disse que instalar o Linux você fica daquele jeito que ele estava falando? Não gostei daquela comparação. Enfim, tchau.
You saw my PC building video.
Looks all bent.
I'm surprised the whole thing hasn't exploded. It's like sitting next to a bomb every day. But what you did see was 0.5 seconds of the video where I installed Linux on the thing, and a lot of people just went, what? Some people seemed surprised and confused.
Something possessed him to put Linux on it.
Some people were excited. At the time, I didn't know the power that I had. I was like a baby with a rocket launcher. For years, I have been tortured by Windows. But now, alas, I am finally free. I escaped the Windows cave. I saw the sun. The shadows are gone. It blinded me for a moment.
Ah, o mito da caverna, foda.
And now I'm speaking to you in the cave. Enough reference. Okay, so I'm gonna yap about Linux for as long as this video is, and you're gonna listen. I want to start off by going through the reasons why I switched to Linux. It's different for everybody. Number one is how backlit this shot is. Number one, Windows talks to me like I'm a baby. Now, mentally, I might be, but that does not warrant. You want Candy Crush? You want Candy Crush on your computer? You wanna use Bing? Yes. Are you sure you wanna delete that file? Are you super duper sure you wanna delete that file? That's how it talks to me, and I don't like it! Linux, on the other hand, literally puts a gun in your hand and says, my first sort of aha moment when I installed Linux or started using it was, wait a minute, it does exactly what I wanted to do. And there's just a really powerful feeling about that. I do want to show you guys my setup as well. I will get into that. But first, reason number two, as an epic minimalist, the bloat is real.
É foda, bicho. Esse negócio essas questões de bloatware no Windows é muito foda, bicho. Tem que literalmente uma galera desenvolver umas ferramentas fora a parte, tipo, muito cabulosa e com muita peleja pra conseguir tirar os bloatware, né? Tipo o vídeo que eu lancei, né? Montando meu setup no Windows, porque sim, eu uso Windows. Me julgue, pode me julgar aí. Mas eu tenho que usar por conta da criação de conteúdo, né? Por conta que tem certas coisas que o Windows vai proporcionar e aí é isso. Mas, cara, essa questão do minimalismo do Linux é o cal, meu amigo. É o cal demais. É o que salva mesmo nesse bagulho. Porque, cara, é muito simples. É só você chegar lá, você é um PCzinho. Bicho, cara, antes de ter esse notebook que eu tenho, tipo, ter tido o notebook Lenovo, IdeaPad que eu tinha e agora esse ThinkPad, tipo, tava fazendo meu curso técnico, eu tinha um positivo de 2 GB de RAM. Não era 4 GB de RAM, eram 2 GB de RAM. Ele simplesmente não conseguia rodar o Windows. Se eu não me engano, era o Windows 7, eu acho, não sei, que tinha nele. E assim, não dava. Não tinha a possibilidade remota de rodar um Windows 10. A possibilidade. Tampouco o Windows 11, que é uma bosta. E assim, eu coloquei um Linux Mint nele e ele ficou usável com 2 GB de RAM. Gente, o meu celular tinha mais poder de processamento do que vários daquele notebook, tá ligado? E rodava, eu conseguia fazer finalmente conseguia fazer as minhas provas de programação e tudo mais, tá ligado? Então, porra, é foda. O Linux é foda por esse aspecto do minimalismo.
It always bothered me. Anytime I install a new Windows, I spend like an hour trying to uninstall all the pre-packaged BS that I don't want. Windows is like, I know you paid $100 or whatever for me, but I'm still gonna put ads in here. Yes. Put a little AI in here. You want that, right? That doesn't benefit me. It's for you, the consumer.
Cara, o negócio que eu não entendo é por que que tem o Copilot e a Cortana. Por quê? Se são duas inteligências artificial, assistente, sei lá, que porra que é, pra que as duas coisas? Pra quê? O povo nem usa mais aquela porra daquela Cortana. Tipo, pra quê? Pra quê? Não tem necessidade.
Bing! It doesn't benefit me that you use Bing, but please use Bing. Microsoft is an annoying suite, apparently. With Linux, nothing. Serenity, peace. Don't even get me started on the Windows taskbar. You control what's on your computer. Duh, it's up.
É porque é foda, porque, tipo assim, no Linux é uma coisa, tipo, você tem aqui a estrutura básica do básico que você precisa. Se você quiser quebrar o sistema, até pra você quebrar o sistema é mais fácil. Você apagar uma coisa que você não deveria é mais fácil do que no Windows. Você simplesmente, coisas extremamente desnecessárias tem que ter no Windows por motivos de a Microsoft quer. É foda.
Yes. How is this not a thing? Reason number 3. Customization. I discovered this afterwards. Customizing on Linux is a beautiful thing.
Personalizar o Linux é um caminho sem volta, gente. Meu Deus do céu. É porque eu parei um pouco mais com o tempo. Tipo, que eu ainda não tinha. Antes de ter esse notebook ThinkPad. Eu tô com medo disso começar a voltar. Gente, esse negócio de personalização é um caminho sem volta. Você ter um buscador de arquivos diferente, você ter um gerenciador de janelas, temas no terminal, Power Level 10K, você começar a mudar as coisas no Linux, é tanta possibilidade, e você vai virando tipo um viciado em fazer desse tanto de coisa, porque é tanta possibilidade que você vai ficando doido, porque teve uma época que eu virei a doida dessas personalização do Linux, eu queria fazer tudo, eu queria personalizar o Neovim com não sei o que, com não sei mais o que das quantas, tá ligado? E aí, porra, é coisa pra caralho, você vai se afundando nesse negócio e assim, é difícil pra sair. Eu penei, mas eu consegui dar uma segurada e tipo, ei, calma, vamos deixar isso pra mais pra frente. E aí, é isso. Mas é muito bom.
On Windows, you can maybe change your wallpaper, change a little bit of colors, whoopity-doo. On Linux, you can change reality itself. Since Linux is built modular, you can swap out your GUI entirely. You don't even have to use one. You can cut off the head of Linux and it'll still be like, hey, I'm here, what's up? Customizing on Linux is called rising, and I got way too into it. I cooked hard. I can't wait to show you guys. Now, reason number 4, gaming. Gaming on Linux is finally real. I actually installed Linux 15 years ago. That's right, I'm old. And I uninstalled it after like a couple days, as a lot of people do, when they realize, oh, I can't use the things I need on Linux. And for me, that was gaming back then, because it's like, well, then what's the point? But now, gaming on Linux is real, at last. So Valve came in like Gandalf in Helm's Deep, riding a Steam Deck with Proton. So
Ah, sim, esse Steam Deck da Proton, né? Muito bom. Não, não, quer dizer, eu já vi o povo falando que é muito bom, que até o Leon, né? Do Coisa de Nerd, ele simplesmente trocou o Switch que ele tinha pelo coisa da Proton, né? Esse negócio aí. Enfim. Se o Leon trocou é porque é foda.
this is a perfect example how Linux benefits everyone. The fact that Valve as a company recognized maybe Microsoft has a bit too much power. If they wanted to and started being shady, locking things down, taking cuts, they absolutely could, and it's not like it would be uncharacteristics for them to do. So Valve started improving gaming on Linux, boosted driver support, and they built on what was already there from open source software like Wine. By doing this, Valve benefits, consumer benefits, ecosystem grows, win, win, win. It really feels like an alternate reality. This totally could not have been a thing. And it also makes me realize just how many things can be better if people just weren't so greedy. Can we just fix them? So thank you, Linux, and thank you, Base Gaben. Now I've gone through the reasons why I switched to Linux. Let me just explain why maybe not switching is a good idea. Because everything good comes with a sacrifice. If you're swapping to Linux, you'll likely have to give something up. I don't know what that is, but for me, it was Photoshop. I used Photoshop, again, for 15 years. All the shortcuts, all my workflow, it's all baked into my brain. The way I use Photoshop, I don't think about it. It's just, here's the thumbnail. It's not beautiful, but I get the job done. Unfortunately, Adobe is a garbage company and their software just won't run on Linux. A lot of artists are jumping ship. They don't want to use Adobe anymore because they realize it's a terrible company. Me as well, I thought, you know what? It's time. I'll swap over. I know the open source alternative is GIMP. I've heard about this forever. And I thought, you know, it'll feel good. I'll feel good leaving Adobe. So I'm ready. I go to their website, I click through the 1,000 pages, I crawl through the bushes just to find the goddamn unsubscribe button, and I was so ready. I was gonna be like, you just unsubscribe. You know what happens? You know what happens? They hit me with an unsubscription fee.
Que? Não é possível. Caralho, bicho. Porra. Cobrar pra você deixar. Bom, viu?
Yes. Those... I'm sorry, what? I have to pay to not use your software?
Caralho, 50... Quanto foi? Peraí, vou ter que voltar aqui. 60 dólares, praticamente. Arredondando pra cima. Quanto tá? Não, eu não vou nem pesquisar. Mas é dinheiro pra porra, né?
To not use your software? It was like 65 bucks or something. It's insane. What the f? If anything, it just made me realize, okay, it's over. I'm never going back. So like I said, the open source alternative is GIMP. GIMP! And since this is Linux, open source, you can do whatever you want. I downloaded this icon pack that changed the icons so they look like the Photoshop icons. That helped a little bit.
Ah, eu uso também o PhotoGimp, que é uma... Foi até o Linux que fez esse projeto com uma galera. E aí deixou o GIMP mais parecido com o Photoshop. Isso é muito bom, muito bom.
Then I downloaded a shortcut command list that matches the one on Photoshop. Boom, made it a little easier. You know, I'm still not 100% used to it, but the fact that I can do stuff like this really helps. For me, personally, a worthy sacrifice. I hope this doesn't sound like copium, but genuinely, it feels good that I was able to move on. At the end of the day, some tools are only gonna work on Windows and only gonna work on Mac, but what you gain on Linux is so much more. Freedom. Join us. I'm just praying that Adobe is not just gonna show up one day and be like, there's another fee. I'll meet them in a dark alleyway. They'll be like, that's a little fee. Now that I've convinced you to swap to Linux, you have the wonderful choice of picking a distro. Yay, so many of them. I hear people going like, I don't know which one to pick. What do I do? There's so many. Just pick one. It's a wonderful thing that you can choose. Don't you understand? The world is your flavor. Look at all these spices. I went with mint because it's the
Santo Mint. O Mint é muito bom.
same one that I installed 15 years ago, and I knew that it was beginner friendly and that it still holds up. It very much feels like Windows, just better, okay? You don't even need to touch the scary terminal.
Eu acho que uma alternativa que talvez seja um pouco mais parecida com o Windows, que também e é também bem bonito, é o Zorin, que teve uma época que eu instalei pra testar e realmente é muito bonito mesmo e bem facinho também, é bem tranquilo de instalar ele.
If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's okay. You should though. Now, let's jump into my computer really quick. Oh, look at that. I'm recording with OBS. Open source is always the best source. Couldn't get Bandicam. They didn't have a Bandicam. I can't believe I paid for that. There's like free versions everywhere. That's so much better. Okay. All right. So
Cara, a comunidade open source é muito foda. Muito foda. Muito foda mesmo.
this is the terminal. You probably heard about it in Linux. Feels a bit strange at the beginning. Let me just show you how it works. But first, wait. Oh, yes, today's sponsor. 3, 2, 1. Wrong! Jifyon! Wow, look at ASCII art. I love it. Beautiful PewDiePie tub. Right now, you get a free PewDiePie shaker cup, which is
Que
amazing
isso
deal.
é propaganda, é? Bacana, é propaganda mesmo. Tá.
Around with it. Dionysus is the one I really went hard on the rising. But I just wanted to show some terminal commands really quick, just so you get an idea how it works. I talked about this in my last video, but the first thing that really blew my mind with Linux, I just noticed my computer was booting kind of slowly. So I found this command called systemdanalyze, and it tells you exactly how long it takes for your computer to actually load and what part takes a certain amount of time. And it used to be like 45 seconds. I was like, dude, this is terrible. So then I found another command called blame, and then you can see exactly what part is kind of slowing down your system, which got me into like really optimizing it. And I had so much fun doing that. And it just made me realize, just like on Windows, if my computer is kind of slow, you just kind of deal with it. It's like, oh, okay, well, what can you do? On Linux, it's like, the world is your oyster. You can fix it. Personally, I like that kind of stuff. The second thing that blew my mind with the Linux terminal was just how fast it is at searching. Searching on Windows is so annoying. It takes forever. Sometimes it doesn't even find the file, even though you type the name of it perfectly. And a lot of times they just Bing it. They're like, oh, you want to search for your file? Oh, maybe, no, actually, you want to look it online. That's what you want to do. It's like, no.
É, a pesquisa do Windows é horrível. É horrível mesmo.
Linux, you can find any file, whatever you want. This is searching all JPEGs on my computer. It's a bad example, actually. The other thing that I love about it is that you don't have to just search the file. You can also search text inside the file. So let's say you forgot what the file is called, but you remember roughly some stuff inside it. You can grep it, and bada bing, bada boom. What the hell is this? Spotify password text. Balls deep. I did not do that. What? Searching files on Linux is super fast. It made me realize just how it should be on a computer again. The most obvious thing with the terminal is that, let's say you install the operating system and you need to also put all the programs that you want to use on it. Usually you have to go on the browser, Google it, look up their page, go to their download page, dodge all the fake ads and all that crap, and do that and install and run each one, wait for it to install, yada yada. It takes forever. On Linux, you just go sudo apt install, what do we want? We want VLC, Firefox, OBS Studio, boom, thank you. And now I can sit and look at the screen and feel like I'm a hacker. Yes, I know what all of this means.
Esse negócio de se sentir o hacker é realmente muito foda. Eu lembro da primeira vez que eu instalei, eu tava aprendendo a usar o Linux. E aí eu ficava dando sudo apt update, upgrade, só pra poder ver as letrinhas subindo. Era muito bom.
Every single letter I'm soaking in with my brain. There's so much you can do with the terminal. It's insanely powerful. I can make a whole video about it, but I don't want to keep this too long-winded. And in reality, I just want to show you my rise on my laptop. To be honest, that's the whole reason I'm making this video. I had this old laptop. I mean, it's not that old, but I just never used it because I didn't really like using it. I mentioned before there's many distros of Linux, and I wanted to try one called Arch, partially because of the meme. It's kind of become a meme because it's a little difficult to install Arch, so it's like a flex to use it.
É porque, tipo assim, eu não sei por que que o Arc ficou conhecido por ser mais difícil, sendo que tem coisas tipo Slackware, o Gentoo, tá ligado? Mas por alguma razão o pessoal fala muito do Arc. Eu não sei se é porque ele se popularizou mais. Tipo, obviamente ele se popularizou mais, mas por que ele se popularizou mais, não faço a menor ideia.
For some reason, I went on a God run and I had no issue. I always get stuck on the dumbest ever for like 12 hours. I don't know what happened that time. But I also wanted to download Arch because it's a minimalist distro. Whatever you put, or at least 90% of it, is there because you decided to put it there. And it's also very highly customizable, which are two elements that I love, so I knew I was gonna love it. All right, let's go into my laptop. I think it makes sense for me to show it without any customization first because it just be confusing and I need to talk to people that haven't used Linux. My first favorite thing, which I have on Mint as well, is just shortcuts on my keyboard to open programs. Open terminal, open file manager, open browser.
Ah, aquela, como é? Gerenciador de janelas Hyperland, né? Foda.
Close it, whatever, it's all there. It's such a nice workflow and have a more keyboard-centric way of using your computer, especially on a laptop. But even in general, you know, the whole like, okay, let me click on the start menu and just find the thing. If I don't have it keybind, I can open Rofi and just search for it and open it.
Ah, tipo, se eu não me engano, tem uns negócios assim pra deixar o Windows mais produtivo, mas eu não sei se vale a pena, assim, tipo... Tem algumas coisas que eu tava com medo de instalar, porque eu tava achando que era troja. Algumas ferramentas open source eu fiquei meio com medo, aí eu não instalei não. Porque eu não vejo muita gente falando sobre. Aí, mas no Linux, se querendo ou não, tem mais opção, né?
I don't want to over-explain things as well, but yeah, this is my terminal on this setup. I'm using Alacrity, and this is NeoFetch, which shows my specs. And usually people have an ASCII art. It sounds like I'm saying ASCII. ASCII, I'll call it ASCII, of their distro. And if you saw my Mint one earlier, I was like, oh, it wouldn't be cool if I do like my own custom ASCII. And then I thought, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I do my own animated ASCII? So I figured out how to do that. It took a little bit of tinkering and schminkering, but it's just so nice to look at. I love it. So I'm running Hyperland, which is this beautiful tab.
Hyperland mesmo.
Manager. It automatically sorts it for me whenever I open something. This is such a nice workflow, and I can close it all as well. You can literally open these until infinite. When you're on a laptop, when you have limited screen space, it's such a great way to work with it. The fact that they're always there means I never have to look for them because I know they're there. And if my workspace is full, I can look at this, swap to another one. This is workspace number 2. And workspace number 4. I've been recording OBS from here. Let's say I'm working on a project on workspace 1. I can then work on another thing on workspace 2 and go back and forth vice versa instantly. I love this way of using a computer. It's so sick. The first thing I really loved about this Arch Hyperland setup was just how quick and smooth it looks, at least. You know, like boom, oh, open. It's so nice. But then I open my browser and it's like, oh, you see that? Ew. Again. Oh, that took forever. And it loads so ugly. So my first thought, okay, well, maybe I can upgrade my SSD to make it snappier and quicker. But then I thought, I'm on Linux. I can do whatever I want. So let's run a time here, Firefox. Let's ignore the CSS errors. I tinkered a bit too much. Don't worry about it. What was that? 2 seconds? Huh? Not good enough. So I figured out a way, and it's so dumb. I won't explain how I did it, but the fact that I was able to do it, boom, instant, boom.
Caralho.
Boom, boom, boom!
É foda.
Boom! I love it. I love it so much. It's these small things.
Ele é meio, porque tipo, quando que a gente ia pensar que um cara como PewDiePie, tipo, ia fazer esse bagulho, tipo, não é, tipo, eu não vou falar que não pode ser um pouco complicado, porque usar Linux não é uma coisa simples, não é simples. O Linux não é simples de se mexer. Mas, tipo, se uma pessoa comum, como ele, desenrolou, porra, tá ligado? Entendeu o que eu quero dizer? Enfim, é isso.
Because that makes you really fall in love with using
Porque, tipo, quando eu digo pessoa comum, é porque, tipo, ele não necessariamente é da área da TI, tá ligado? Ele não é da área da TI, até onde eu sei. Ele não é da área da TI. E ele só, sendo um curioso, ele desenrolou, tá ligado? Essas configurações, mexer nos bagulho, tá ligado?
Linux. Anyway, the first thing I customized was a Waybar. Oh, I forgot to say, I can move around as well if I want to. Anyway, and move them to a different workspace. So yeah, this is my taskbar. It's like the Windows taskbar, except you decide exactly what's on it and customizing it. I put calendar, turn it on and off, internet, Bluetooth, quick access to all these things, you know. I really enjoy this as well. It's basically just tells me if I'm connected to NordVPN or not, and I can toggle by clicking on it, and it tells me which country I'm connected to. Up here, it shows which workspace I'm using. Since I have these reactor in the background, I thought it'd be cool to like LARP as if each workspace was each reactor. I'm on reactor A, there's reactor B, C, and D where it's recording OBS. Then I have my battery bar, which is ASCII. I keep saying ASCII, which is ASCII art. I got the volume, and you know, look, if my volume goes too low, it gets red, it's critical. Just to really LARP the whole nuclear reactor UI. To me, it's cool. I like it. All right, the second thing I did was making widgets with ew. Ew was a nightmare, I'm not gonna lie. Here we go. Let me also change the wallpaper really quick, one second. All right, so this is my desktop. Let me play some music actually.
Que porra é essa?
So first
Ah, isso aqui é o widget? Não entendi pra que serve, mas tudo bem.
I added this visualizer because I just saw a lot of people doing it. It's using Kava, but I changed it again with ASCII. So it looks a little more matrix and accurate. Here we have my uptime. Just how long it's been running.
Ah, tô ligada, tô ligada.
And how much
Tô ligada no que é esse bagulho.
until my battery is out. I should probably charge my laptop. CPU temp, I should probably change, cool it down a bit. All of this is, it changes, it's not just like visual flare. Well, it is, but CPU load, which changes, RAM usage, storage. This tells me which workspace I'm on. So right now I'm on reactor B. Power consumption, completely useless, but I needed it to look cool. And then we have my two fans for CPU and GPU, and then this little spinny fan thing to show it. Upload and download, latency, and then just another VPN thing. It's kind of pointless. And then basic weather. And then finally, to make it sort of all work together, I added a script that basically scans if I'm using a window. So if I open or close, it sort of transitions in and out of Waybar because I don't need it on both. That's just like too much information in my opinion. So this is on my desktop. It's just a nice vibe here. We just chill over here. And then when I'm in workflow, it blackens it all out. And I can just get going on my schwingy thingy. Oh, and in the middle here, my... I forgot to say, it has power profiles, my laptop, so I thought it'd be cool to change them. It's silenced, balanced, or power mode, but I changed it to Razgon, which means overclock. You see my fans are spinning, and these are faster as well, because the fans are spinning more. This is so sick to me, because I'm remembering what this laptop used to be running Windows. I never wanted to use it. I hated it. Now it went from a hardware that I never used to my favorite piece of hardware because it not just looks great, it runs great. I love it. It's so sick. I had so much fun customizing this. It was just a blast. Yeah, I hope you guys appreciate it as well. I've been doing so much more. I built this camera as well. Like I mentioned earlier, you can communicate with Linux even without a graphical user interface, GUI. That made me so excited because I'm like, wait, that means I can use other computers at my disposal. For some reason, to me, that's just like really cool. And I wanted to try what I could do with it. I want to show this in another video maybe because I feel like it's too much yapping. But my point is, I've been having so much fun. Just tinkering, messing around, feeling like a hacker. But I gotta be real as well. Linux is not perfect. There's a lot of issues. A good example is, again, my laptop. When I first installed Arch, none of my F keys worked. Actually, sorry, 3 out of 12 worked out of the box. So I had spent a long time bringing them back to life.
Você tem que ter os problemas pra você resolver, né? Mas você resolve.
For me, it was kind of fun. I was like, oh, got another one working. Like, okay, let's move on to the next one. But I can imagine for a lot of people that just want things to work, you know, maybe this is not for you. And maybe it should work, you know? I think since...
Linux não é para os preguiçosos, realmente. Mas o Windows também não, porque o Windows também dá muito problema, tá? Mas o Linux acho que dá mais, não sei.
Linux is not as popular on desktop as Windows or Mac. This is just the reality. There's just not enough support for it. On Linux, if something doesn't work, it's kind of up to you to fix it. And yeah, that's just how it is. I was trying to update my drivers for my GPU, and I got a black screen 6 times, and I had to do a hard restore every time. It's, you know, not the most fun thing in the world. There are other things I could rather be doing, which is why I need you to install Linux, so the more people we can get together, the better Linux becomes. And I get it now. Like, that's why people were so excited about me using Linux, because Linux is not a product, it's a platform. And it also already exists everywhere. NASA, SpaceX, it runs on Linux. All the supercomputers, your TV, your smart fridge, your phone if it's Android, it's all Linux, baby. I think it's just so cool, the fact that this all happened because one Finnish guy in like the 90s just decided, hey, I can write a better kernel. Finnish naivety, typical Finnish behavior. They think they can do anything. But without that, you know, things would have been very different. At least there wouldn't be an alternative. And I just think it's so cool that people saw what it did, got excited, and wanted to join in. So please consider joining in. Now, if you're even just a little bit curious, I recommend trying Linux. Maybe try dual booting it if you're not sure. You can still keep your Windows or whatever. You're gonna kill it later. You might as well kill it now. Test it out, break it, get upset. On Linux, I feel alive at last, at long last. Thank you for watching. Let me just type out my goodbyes. Não.
Que isso? Que isso? Enfim. Um ótimo vídeo. Eita, meu notebook deu uma travada. Enfim. Ótimo vídeo. Realmente, os pontos que ele traz, a personalização, o minimalismo, as oportunidades, as possibilidades no Linux, é um ponto bem interessante, né? Mas, obviamente, tem a questão do suporte que mata muito no Linux. E o fato de não é coisa para preguiçoso. Você tem que entender um pouquinho como é que o bagulho ali funciona, né? Porque essa é a proposta desses sistemas. Tem muitas alternativas que facilitam muito? Tem. Mas ainda assim tem uns probleminhas que você tem que se debruçar para resolver. Mas dá para resolver, né? Não precisa ser um gênio para resolver. Mas é isso. O que vocês acharam do vídeo? O que vocês acharam dos pontos que ele trouxe? Eu achei válido todos os pontos. E é isso. Espero que vocês tenham gostado do vídeo. Comenta, deixa o seu like aí, compartilha. E é nóis!